All right. You're live. How cute is that? All right, I'm live. All right, what do we got? Yes, sir.
Question number 10 to review.
Tell me what it is.
It's 1 over cosecant x plus 1.
Not squared, just cosecant x plus 1?
Yes,
All right.
Plus 1 over sine x plus 1.
Is that,
That's it.
or you're supposed to simplify it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
I know how to do it, but it's one of those ones where you have to put the steps in, and I'm not doing the steps in.
Yeah.
All right, so cosecant is what? 1 over sine. So I know I could do something with that right off the bat, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to write this as 1 over sine of x plus 1 plus 1 over sine of x plus 1. What identity did I use? Reciprocal. Quotient is for tan and cotan. I used reciprocal. All right, now this is janky. I got fractions and then fractions added together. So I'm going to first take care of this stuff going on and then see if I can add my fractions together, right? So down here, I got 1 over sine plus 1. How can I add those together? All right, common denominator. What's it going to be? And I'm going to rewrite 1 as sine of x over sine of x. What did I use? Just some algebra. All right, so now I have that common denominator. So I have 1 over sine. So what can I do now? I have the common denominator. Add them together, right? So I have 1 plus sine of x over sine of x. What did I do? What did I use? I just used some algebra, right? Just added those two fractions together.
Did you square it?
I didn't square it, right? I rewrote 1 as sine over sine so that I could have a common denominator. And now when I add fractions, since I have a common denominator, I have 1 over sine plus sine over sine. So I can just do 1 plus sine over sine, right? Just add them together. All right. Now this is still janky, right? Look at what this is saying. Now we could do some fraction division, right? But this is saying 1 over that. This is the reciprocal, right? So what should this look like? What should it be? Right? This is the reciprocal. Now I could do 1 divided by 1 plus sine of x over sine of x and then multiply by the reciprocal, right? So this is 1 times the reciprocal. That's how we divide fractions. Y'all with me? Okay. So then I have this just becomes sine of x over 1 plus sine of x plus 1 over sine of x plus 1. What did I use to do that? I just used some more out. All of this is just algebra. And now what? Combine them, right? I have 2 fractions that are being added together, and look at my denominators. What are they? The same. So I'm going to add them together. This is sine of x plus 1 over sine of x plus 1. And again, that was just some algebra. Am I done? What is it equal? Y'all remember that clock we were gonna make? I never wrote it up for y'all, but have y'all been coming up with some problems? Do what?
Oh, the car.
What you?
Somebody asked me if you like barbecue.
What? But you gotta send me some barbecue. I want some barbecue. Who is that? Is that somebody in this class? Are you in my class? You in my class?
I don't think it's in your class.
I don't think so either.
Wait, is that that's
All right, so anyway, they're a top fan apparently. That's funny. All right, anyways, is that good? Yeah. All right. All right, what else we got?
Number 18 on the both sides.
Oh. All right.
Cosine, parentheses, x minus y. Minus cosine, parentheses, x plus y.
what number is this?
Equal to 2 sine x, sine y.
What number is this?
15 on the repeat.
The number? I don't know.
All right, so we have cosine of x minus y minus cosine of x plus y, and we're trying to prove that that is equal to 2 times sine of x sine of y. So, I know Alex makes you start on the left-hand side to force it to look like the right-hand side. Even if that weren't true, on the left-hand side, I blatantly have the difference identity for cosine and the sum identity for cosine. So I'm going to expand those out. So cosine of x minus y, the difference identity for cosine says cosine x, cosine y, plus sine x, sine y, and then minus all of the expansion of cosine of x plus y, right? Cosine of x plus y is the same exact thing that I have here, but what? Minus instead of plus, right? So this is going to be cosine of x, cosine of y, minus sine of x, sine of y. I'm going to pause right there. Are we okay with that? This right here is literally just the difference identity for cosine. If y'all look at your identity sheet, y'all reference sheet, okay? This right here is literally the sum identity for cosine. I just expanded it out and made sure I'm subtracting that whole thing. All right, now what?
Distributive property.
Distribute, right? This is technically a -1. I need to distribute. So I get cosine x, cosine y, plus sine x, sine y, minus cosine x, cosine y, and then a negative and a negative, plus sine x, sine y.
And this is when you just distributed the negative.
Right, yeah, I just distributed the negative. So the negative just changed the signs of the two terms that I had. All right, now what? right? Combine like terms. I got a cosine x cosine y. Does it have a like term? Right? Cosine x cosine y positive and negative cosine x cosine y. What happens with those? They cancel out, right? This minus itself is 0. That cancels. All right, what else do I have? I got sine x sine y and sine x sine y. How many of those do I have? I got 2 of them. Which is exactly what I wanted. I like this problem. It looks janky, but look how easily it just fell apart. Not fell apart, fell together. Came out. Is that okay? Cam, you good? All right, what other questions we got?
It's on the wall. I don't know if you already went over
The area?
it. No.
Okay, real quick. There is a problem in your homework and on the review that is asking you for the area of the triangle, and we did not talk about the area of the triangle. So I'm going to take it out of your homework, which I extended the due date till tonight, right? Yes, okay. I'll take that out of your homework, and I'll take it off the review, so don't worry about that one. Okay, so what you got?
It's the triangle.
What number is it?
Number 4.
Number 4 on homework 8?
Yes.
Triangle.
Lowercase. So you have 2 sides, A and C. Okay, I get my
So A equals? C equals?
52.
And what else do they give you?
And then upper case.
And we want to solve the triangle, correct? Okay. All right, guys. So we're given this information and asked to solve the triangle. So very first step, what should I do? Draw a triangle. See what information I have. So here's A, B, you stop it. See? So side A is 41. Side C is 52. And angle A is 36 degrees. What do I have? Let's see. I have
Wait, is there a right angle or no?
not a right angle, right? Doesn't tell you it's a right triangle. Yeah. What do I have?
Side.
I have side angle, right? The angle is not in between the sides. So it's side angle. What does that mean? This is the ambiguous case, right? This is an ask problem. Right? Read it backwards. This is an ask problem. This is the ambiguous case. So flip your flow chart over. Everybody should have their flow chart. Everybody should have their reference sheet. This is the ambiguous case. What is the very first thing I check? Side of the angle. What's the size of the angle? Which means what? It's acute, right? My given angle is less than 90 degrees. And what else? What's the next thing I check? Right? So I am given angle A. And the next thing it asks me is to look at the corresponding side to my angle. Is it longer or shorter than the other side? It's shorter, right? And so since it's shorter, I got lots of options. I might not have a triangle at all. I might have 2 triangles. It could be a right triangle. It could be just a regular oblique 1 triangle. How do I figure out what I got? What does it tell me to do? Look at your flow chart. So we're at the are y'all looking at the back at the ambiguous case? So what we should be looking at. First thing it asks you is about the angle. Got an acute angle. Then it asks you to compare the two sides. Corresponding side is smaller. What do I have to do now? Find H. So I have to look at the height. What am I looking at? There's A. So I have to look at the height of the triangle because A is shorter than C, right? So A might not be able to make it all the way down, or it could make it perfectly a right triangle, or it could sweep out and sweep in. I don't know. We got to figure it out, right? So let's find H. Your height is always sine of the given angle times the other side. What's the other side? What? 52, right? My given angle is A, so the corresponding side is A. I multiply by the other side. So I multiply by 52. So what is 52 times sine of 36? It's going to be like 27.
Why wouldn't we just cut the triangle in half and then solve for the side that the height is on?
What do you mean the side that the height is on? Okay, so if we make this a right triangle, I know this angle. I know this entire side is 52, but this line does not, you can even see by my picture, this side is not the same length, right? So it's not 26 and 26. So I would have to do like this side is X and this side is 52 minus X. And then I would have to set up a proportion and solve for X and then find H. Like I could, it's absolutely possible, but it's going to be just as many, if not more steps. Okay. All right. What is H? Oh, H. It's approximately what, 30.56. Ooh. Okay. All right. So now I have the height. So the comparisons have to be made. Corresponding side. What's my corresponding side? 41. Is it smaller than the height? No, it's bigger, right? So my height is smaller than the corresponding side, right? And that side is smaller than the other side. That's the situation we're dealing with right now. What does that tell me? Two triangles. All right, so let's solve these two triangles. So first triangle, I'm going to solve just like regular. Do a little law of sines. Law of sines? Law of sines. Right? Is that what I do? Yes. Okay. Y'all reading your flow chart? Yeah, all right. So triangle one. Triangle one. What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time. Okay. Triangle one. All my given information. Side A is 41. Side C is 52. Angle A is 36. And the first thing it tells me to do is to use the law of sines to find what? What? Side, well, I know side C. Angle C. Angle C, right? I know angle A and side A. So I can set up that part of the ratio. And I also know side C, but I'm missing angle C, right? So I will know 3 out of the 4 pieces of information. If I try to use law of cosines, right? I have to know it'll probably give me a negative if I try to use law of cosines. That's, yeah. So law of sines. All right. So what do I got? I got sine of 36 over 41 equals sine of C over 52. How do I solve this? Cross multiply. and then solve for C, right? I'm going to cross multiply. And then I want sine all by itself. So I got to get rid of that 41. How am I going to get rid of that 41? Divide. So I end up sine of C is equal to 52 sine of 36 over 41. And I want C all by itself. What do? Arc sine, right? Sine inverse to get rid of sine. So I get C is equal to sine inverse or arc sine, 52 sine of 36. Make sure you're in degrees over 41, which is approximately what? Are you in degrees? 48 point. Give me another decimal, please. 20. I need confirmation. 48.20. 00.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that what we got? Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense so far? Why? What about it makes sense? You don't think it makes sense? Well, we still don't have angle B. What'd you say, Susan?
Because it's higher than what's side A.
Very good. Look at side A and angle A. Right? Angle A is 36. What's angle C? It's bigger, right? So since angle C is bigger than angle A, that relationship should hold true for their sides. Side C should be bigger than side A. Is it? So far it makes sense. Okay. Do we have questions about how we got there? Just following that flow chart. All right. What's the next thing it tells me to do? Find the third angle, right? I got 2 out of the 3 angles. How do I find the third one? 180, right? So angle B is 180 minus 36 minus 48.20, which is equal to what? 95.8? 80? Perfect. All right. Now what? Use law of sines to find the remaining side, right? I like to go back to the original information so that it's exact. So I'm going to do sine of 36 over 41 equals sine of 95.80 over side B. Cross multiply. Divide by 40, divide by sine of 36 to get B all by itself. So I get B is equal to 41 sine of 95.80 divided by sine of 36, which is approximately what? I guess 80.
$69.4.
All right, fine. All right, does that make sense? What? Yeah, right. What's the biggest angle? right? 95.8. Angle B. What's the biggest side? B, right? And the smallest angle is A, and the smallest side is A. So at least this makes sense. We okay with that? Found the first triangle. All right, now let's find the second one. Do what? All right, let's find the second one. So for the second one, it makes it easy peasy lemon squeezy. We start with the same exact information. So we're on triangle 2. We were given that side A was 41. Side C was 52. And angle A was 36 degrees. We start with all the same information. Okay. Now, remember what we said about why we have two triangles. We're going to come back to that first angle that we found. First angle we found with the first triangle was angle C, right? Okay. What we have here, here's A, here's C, here's side A. All right. Side A is not, side A is long enough to where it can reach over here, but also not so long that if it sweeps in, it goes past the other side, right? So it can sweep in and make that second triangle. Now, how does that happen? That first angle we found was for 48.2 degrees. Yes? Okay, 48.2 degrees. Where's 48.2 degrees? First quadrant right about here somewhere, right? And we were talking about sine of that value. Where else is sine equal to the same y value? Well, it's close to pi over 4, right? But I have this angle. It's what, 48.2 degrees? And so that ray passes through the circle and sine is some y value, right? Where else does sine give me the same y value? Where else is sine positive? Second quadrant, right? If I reflect this over, y is the same exact value. And since I reflected it over, this distance is the same as this distance. So how do I find this angle? 180 minus, and it happens the same way every single time. You take the first angle you find from the first triangle, which we found was C, and you do 180 minus that. What was that angle we found? 48.2. C is what? All right, I found angle C. What can I do now? I can find angle B, right? Angle B is going to be 180 minus 131.8 minus 36, which gives me what? 12.2. All right, I got angle A, I got angle C, I got angle B, I got side A, I got side C. What am I missing? Side B, and according to my flow chart, how do I find it? Law of sines. So again, I like to use my given information. So I'm going to say sine of 36 over 41 equals sine of 12.2 over B. Little cross multiply and divide. I get B equals 41 sine of 12.2 over sine of 36. Is that okay? You sure? Okay. So what is B approximately equal to? 14.74. Does that make sense? Yeah, right. What's the size of angle B? It's just 12, right? It's 12 compared to 131 and 36. So angle B being so small, it makes sense that side B is so small. And there we go. Those are our two triangles. Is that okay? Other questions?
Can you continue the solution on the rover?
About what?
The rover.
Oh, yeah. It was on Mars,
Yeah.
and we stopped doing it for some reason.
We ran out of time.
We ran out of time. All right, cool. You got it? Can I see what you have? So apparently last class we ran out of time and I didn't finish a problem? Yeah? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so a rover on Mars leaves Station A. So here's Station A. Travels 18 kilometers east. So here's east. 18 kilometers. To sample some rocks at outpost B. So here's B. Then adjust course 74 degrees southward, and it travels 62 kilometers in that direction. So 74 degrees southward. So it goes south 74 degrees. So I need to make an angle of 74 degrees. So here's 74 degrees. Yeah. And we go on for 62 kilometers till we reach outpost C. Cool. What angle? Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay, so we wanted to know. So we left A and went to B and then came down to C. And we want to know if we left A and just went straight to C, what angle would we have to go at? All right. Are we okay with that? Where we're at right now? Yes? All right. Okay. I need to know this angle right here. Oh, I put theta right there, but clearly this is angle A. I want to know angle A. What information do I know? I have side angle side, right? I have two sides with the angle between it. How do I solve this triangle? I use the law of cosines, right? Law of cosines. All right. What angle do I have? I have angle B, so I'm going to have to use B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of angle B. So I have B squared equals 18 squared plus 62 squared minus 2 times 18 times 62 times cosine of 74 degrees. And then I'll take the square root of that, right? Those are all just numbers. And so B is approximately what?
3,562.7.
Did you take the square root?
No.
Okay, take the square root.
$59.68. Unless you want me to round it.
That's good. I need confirmation. Yeah. Yes.
I have a question, if you would come real quick. About the So this was when we were on the public thing. When we did it.
All right, let's go back and talk about this. So I'm walking east, and then I turn south 74 degrees. If I did 90, I'd go straight this way, right? But I didn't. I did 74 degrees. So this way. So think about this. Hold up. I'm gonna scratch this for a second. This is good. This is good. Okay. So I'm at A. I go 18 kilometers. Agreed? Okay. This is the horizontal that I'm working off of, right? If I were to turn 90 degrees, then my angle would turn down like this and I'd go straight down, right? But how far did I turn? 74. So I'm facing, pretend this is east. My angle is right here. That is what 74 degrees, right? From this horizontal, I turned 74 degrees. Right? And started going this direction. So this angle, maybe not by my drawing, but this angle is 74 degrees.
Isn't that a lot more than the 90 one?
Yeah, let me fix it. Ooh, I broke my eraser. So let's see. This would be 90. So there we go. And I went how far? 62. So there's my horizontal. This is where I turned. This is 74 degrees. Does that make sense?
So what, we're supposed to subtract 180?
Subtract 180 to get this angle right here. So if this is 74, what is this one? 106. And now I went from B to C. Look how long I have to travel. But the question is, if I just left A and went straight to C, what angle would I have to turn at? My bad. Does that make sense what just happened? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes. Okay. All right. So still, I have side angle side. And I have to use law of cosines. Law of cosines. I get B is equal to the square root of what? 18 squared plus 62 squared minus 18 times 62 times 2 times cosine of 108 degrees. Boom. So B is approximately what?
Where'd you get 108?
Yeah, that we changed the.
7.
It's 106.
Is that better?
I know it was 74.
So we were going along this path and we turned 74 degrees and started going that direction, right? So inside my triangle, though, that angle is 106 degrees. Does that make sense?
You subtracted 180 from.
All right. All right. So now this side B is equal to what? 69.16.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, and that's longer than either of those sides, so that makes sense. All right, cool.
I like the same answer using 74.
Because it would just be this other side of the triangle. You just created a different triangle. How cute are you?
Okay, I'm following you. 2 codes. Where'd you get that?
Law of cosine says 2 times A times C times. I just put the 2 in a different spot.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. All right.
69.08.
08, 69.16, 69.16. Close enough. Close enough. All right.
Would you take it?
I would take it. I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it. All right. So we got this side, 69.16. I'm still trying to get angle A. What does it tell me to do now? Use. Look at your flow chart. Yeah, we got a test Friday. Look at your flow chart. What's it say to do? So we use law of sines. We use law of cosines to find that missing side. Now what do we do? Using law of sines, right? What's going to be my smaller angle? Angle C, right? Because 18 is the smallest side. All right, so I'm going to find angle C. So I know sine of 106 over 69.16 is equal to sine of angle C over 18. Cross multiply, divide by 69.16. How do I get C all by itself? Arc sine. So I'm skipping all kinds of steps because this is just some algebra. I get C equals sine inverse of what? 18 times sine of 106 over 69.16. Awesome. So angle C is approximately what? 14.5. All right, cool. How do I find my angle A now? Subtract from 180. So I get that angle A is 180 minus 106 minus 14.5, which gives me 59.5. So if we had just instead left at a 59.5 degree angle, we would have gone straight to that outpost C. Is that good? Thank you for that. Cool.
And then there's the second part.
What's the second part?
It's like, however, it's if it's subtract more 180 to like angle A. Oh wait, no, this one. Okay.
Oh. I was
Second part.
Like in the problem in Alex? Or
Yeah, it's like four answers. Solution one.
another solution. That shouldn't be true. Let me think about it for a second. 708, 74, 120 degrees. That would give us another triangle, and that would still be like point. Yes, it is possible, but it's inverting the triangle. So I would accept just the triangle. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Yeah. Everybody left. Y'all good? Okay.
What are the chances that we do space on the exam Friday?
Absolutely.
Like 100%?
I'm gonna say like 75%.
75%. And you expect us to find both triangles?
Well, an ambiguous case, it might not have a triangle at